get it done, and then to see some of the positive change and the positive messages that were going on in the bubble. How was the entire experience?
So what side you want first?
Man, we got hours.
Okay, so we go with the good first.
Let's go with the good. Let's go with the good.
Okay, so Adam Silver in the NBA, Michelle Roberts and that crew, they did a hell of a job of putting that thing together. And I mean, obviously we saw what was going on early on with baseball. We see now what's going on with football, no matter the pros or college, with with COVID and the pandemic. So for them to put that together and for it to be able to last the way it lasts, kudos to both sides. From a social injustice standpoint, us as the players to be able to use the NBA platform and us be able to go out there and speak about systemic racism, police brutality, voter suppression, everything that was going on, gave us an opportunity. I mean, obviously, we know you played for the franchise and we competed against them.
Yeah.
With the Warriors, they say strength is numbers.
Yeah.
Strength in numbers. We actually saw that in the bubble. The Milwaukee Bucks, they sat out a game, they boycotted a game because of something that happened in their backyard, what we all aware of, and we all stood in solidarity with Milwaukee Bucks. And if we had decided to leave at that very moment, our numbers and being as strong as we could have been would have been depleted. So as far as us being able to stick through that and be able to create some change while we were in there and speak about things that was going on in the communities and talk about things that was just affecting not only our personal lives, but our own communities and things of that nature, unbelievable. Basketball, unbelievable. I loved every part of the basketball. Besides not having fans, Laker Nation, I and the rest of the group, guys, we miss you guys so damn much. It's like,
it was eerie. It's
eerie.
The first time, no kidding. The first time I got to watch a game, I think it was conference finals. And so I'm sitting there watching the guys run out, and they're like, ladies and gentlemen, the Los Angeles Lakers. And the guys were just joking. They were like, hey, running out. And it was like, no applause. Like,
nothing.
None.
But you would never guess if you were watching it from home. You would never
And that's
guess.
what my mom and my wife was saying the whole time. She was like, for us, at home, it was a great experience.
Yeah.
And that's another kudos to the league. They did an unbelievable job of being able to showcase it to their fans.
Yeah.
But for the players, when you ran out there,
was nothing.
And all you heard was sneakers and basketball, it was like the first AAU tournament you ever played growing up.
But even then, the AAU tournaments were
At least
like,
your mom and them
your
was
mom,
there.
yeah, like, yeah. Come on, baby.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
At least you got that. It was literally nothing.
Yeah.
It was straight dead silence.
Okay, so let me ask you this then, from that standpoint, because we even talked, we had a moment where there were moments you would like look up at the crowd, mid-game, emotional, and act as if they were there, right? So you were huge, the one of the biggest leaders in making sure that bubble, the restart, happened.
Yeah.
So when you experienced all of that for the first time, were you disappointed? Were you mad? Were you like, oh my God, this is what it's going to be about? Like, how were you able to process all that?
Well, I mean, it's almost the same feeling as when you first time you go to a haunted house. You get excited with your friends are telling you how great it is, and you get juiced up. You really don't realize how scary that shit is until you get inside of that haunted house.
Yeah.
And that's what I compare to the bubble. We were all excited to get back. We were excited to be playing basketball again. I mean, we stopped playing in March, so we were all excited. But you don't really know what you're getting yourself into until you get inside the bubble and they tell you, that right there, you cannot go outside that gate. You cannot go outside that line. If you go outside that line, the gun line boss from life, if you go outside that gun line, you will be in 14-day quarantine. And that is the last thing that you want to be. You're already inside of a bubble. You're inside of a line. You can't go outside of the gates. You can't do anything beside here. And if they tell you got to be inside your room for 14 days, that's a killer. So
Channing, could you handle? Because I did Channing,
No
could you handle? I did a week when I got in, and that was hard.
And I talked to you.
That was dark. That was dark. Like, could you handle a two-week quarantine, Channing, or a week quarantine?
No way. I want to say, you know what? This ain't it. Just get me out. I got it. This ain't it.
Hang on though. Because you all play on a team where you did win a title, Channing, so you know how hard that is, how awesome it is to be a champion. Would you have done it for that?
Yeah, but you didn't know.
Allie.
I mean,
no, we didn't know. But here's the thing, Allie. I was always going out. I was always like walking around, meeting somebody, doing something. I
Talking
was
to
never in
somebody.
my
talking
room.
to somebody.
Channing,
This
yes.
guy walks around
Channing
every
by
city we go
himself
to.
is the worst.
Yeah, he goes. Yeah,
Like
he just
it-
walks around towns like he's not
Listen,
7 foot. and no
why
one
I
knows who
like
he
Golden
is.
State is because there are so many homeless people I could just talk to when you guys got tired of me. I just
What's wrong?
walk up and strike a conversation.
Channing would have fished. But real quick, I want one thing, because when I got there, again, it was so weird getting there towards the latter phase. And so, like, you're talking to, I was just with the crew.
Yeah.
ESPN staff, TNT staff, and it was weird because we normally don't get to hang out. Like Allie LaForce, I met her, and Rebecca Harlow. These are people we're never at the same arena at the same time, because they're normally TNT, we're ESPN. So you get a chance to like talk to different people and have conversations with them. But they said like that 48 hours when the Milwaukee Bucks decided to walk off, no one knew if there was ever going to be games like for the rest of this bubble, if it was going to be canceled. They said that the whole, pun intended, that the whole bubble deflated. There were people walking around like, yo, we've been spending, months here prepping for this, and all of a sudden this thing might be completely over. What was that 48 hours like for when you found out them, then as a leader, what the Lakers were gonna do? Just take us through that 48 hours.
I'll give you the whole story and just break it up a little bit.
Up next on Road Trippin'.
I was ready to walk away. I had called my wife and called my mom and told them that I was probably headed home.
Chosen Family Wines. We got labels, we got juice, we got vineyards, we got winemakers, we got legends. Why Chosen Family?
What we put in our bottle and what we're about, we want to be a megaphone for vineyards and winemakers. In their versatility, they're great. Trust us. Give us a chance. You're going to like it.
You're excited for people to drink this wine.
I think we have a great product. I know we have a great product. I basically put my name on it, so like obviously it must be good.
We were actually playing, I believe, Game 3. I believe it was Game 3 versus Portland that night, the last game. So it was Milwaukee, Orlando, followed by Houston, OKC, and then we were the later game. And so I was taking my nap, and when I get up from my nap, I get treatment with Mike, and I'm sitting on my couch, and I turn on the TV to start watching the Milwaukee Orlando game. And as soon as I turn on the TV, there's nobody on the court, but the game was supposed to start like 20 minutes ago. So I'm like, what the hell is going on? So this is before I even go to my phone or anything. So as soon as I wake up, I'm starting doing that. And they say Milwaukee refuses to come on the court. So I start getting calls and phone calls and things of that nature. And this was still up in the air if they were going to play. No one knew what was going on because, frankly, even the Magic didn't know, what was going on. So the whole league was caught by surprise. So we were just sitting there and wondering what was going on. And as the time went on, basically they said Milwaukee was not going to play. They had made a decision to boycott the game because of what happened in their, in their backyard back in Milwaukee with another innocent black man being gunned down. So I got on the phone with Chris Paul because their game was next. And I called him and Russ, and I told them straight up that there's no way that we can go out on the floor as the Lakers and play our game with what just transpired. What are you guys going to do? And they felt the same way. They was like, we need to get all the information of what's going on because there's still some things that's not been checked off. But we would look stupid if we went out and played, and Milwaukee decided to sit down. And we've been, preaching this solidarity thing as a brotherhood because we are a brotherhood, even when you get blindsided from your brother.
That's the question, is that, again, like all the people that know all the guys, like what was that?
It's basically like you then come together in that room. And the one thing that comes out of that room is LeBron James gets up and leaves. That's the one thing that comes out.
Oh, of course. I mean, of course that's going to.
Of course it does.
If it was LeBron comes in the room and the last thing he sat out, they would have said that. So.
But in the moment,
did
you doubt
did
that
you sit down
guys
last?
could figure it out?
What, Channing?
Did you sit down last?
No, I did not.
No, but I'm
Okay,
saying,
well, I'm just checking. That would've been a bad attitude.
obviously hindsight is 20/20. That's not it. But they made a decision, and as brothers, I understand. And formerly being a part of the Brotherhood, I understood that like whatever they were going to do, you were going to support.
Yeah, you were going to
Right.
support.
But that was such a big, powerful
it
move
was.
that it's like shooting a text to the Players Association, shooting a text to, you know, Chris Paul, like the guys that are the president, the vice president, shooting a text like, hey guys, this is what we're thinking about doing, but we need to make sure that we are unified as a group. That was the one thing that, not to be critical, but could have caused some issues.
Yeah. And I mean, as players, we felt the same way. We felt like, you know, we're not against what you guys are standing for, because we've all felt it too.
Yeah.
And obviously, you know, when it hits in your backyard, you feel a little bit more. But, you know, when we're all together, you know, as an army, you know, if we're an army and we're going out for battle and we say we're here in solidarity, and someone in the front decides to go before we say charge. Now we're all caught off guard.
Yeah.
You know,
Leroy
you
Jenkins.
know,
Oh, it's good. I'm glad you got to it before I did. Damn it, Leroy. Damn it, Leroy.
So that's what happened. And to be honest, I was ready to walk away. I was ready to walk
That's my
away.
question.
I had called my wife and called my mom and told them that I was probably headed home.
Why?
Because there was no plan. After we decided to do what we did and we boycotted the games, what's next? What the hell are we doing next? Oh, so we're going to just go back? Okay, now game 3, Lakers versus Portland. What the hell? What are we doing? We've decided to take off these games for the right reason. Okay, but there's some other issues that needs to be dealt with as well. What is our plan? And at that moment when I walked out, we sat there and talked for 2, 3, 4 hours, and there was still no plan. So I walked out because my time is very valuable, and I knew what could help the change.
Yeah.
But when you're dealing with a group of a lot of emotional, you know, a lot of ego, a lot of guys that's passionate about themselves and what they believe in, then it's hard to figure out a plan at that very moment. So it was best for me to step out.
Yeah. Well, look, that's look, it is one of the harder positions to be in, being not only like the leader of a team, the face of a league, you know, a vocal leader as far as like, you know, I still stand by, was it Patrick Beverley? He's like, look, if Bron playing, we playing, right? Like I was joking, I joke with one of the guys, and I'll keep him nameless. I was like, guys, look, at the end of the day, the NBA wants everybody there. But they only need like 5 people there. They need Bron, they need Giannis, they need James. You know what I'm saying? Like they'll figure it out the rest of the way as long as they can sell. You know, they need the Lakers, they need the Celtics. It's like, yeah, everybody can sit here and be like, oh, well, it's like, yo, at the end of the day, like the league needs about 10 guys and about 5 teams. Everything else is like a bonus from a standpoint of like what they're going to advertise, what they're going to do. So when Pat Beverley says like, yo, look, if Bron say we playing, we all going to show up. But the other side of that is when all the drama happens, everybody looks at, you know,
Exactly,
sure.
LeBron.
yeah,
James.
everybody
For
looks
sure.
at you, and it's like, however you handle it, however you don't handle it, they still looking at you. And
Yeah,
so,
because he's a drama queen. He loves it.
Shut up. By the way,
that's why he's here.
Yeah, that's exactly
You
why he's here.
literally told me that we could not do road trip without Channing. Are you mad?
I know I did. By the way, I'm like, we're going to cut Channing off and getting back to his making of snow cones and snowman. No, but yeah, I understand that. I understand that, RJ, and that's the way it was, and that's my responsibility. I get it. You know, as much as you know, you can hate it at times. You know, you say, okay, why is it always on me? That's the position I've been put in. So I needed time to digest it. So I walked out. I was ready to walk away, but also I understand that it wasn't just squarely about me.
Yeah.
So I needed a moment to digest the whole situation, to actually sleep on the whole situation. And I was able to do that and wake up the next day and had a plan of what I thought could work for us going forward.
The media people did not, and I think, and again, to the Milwaukee Bucks credit, Chris Paul, Michelle Roberts, the entire NBA, even the owners, everyone came together and was like, hey, like, how can we, and I believe Barack Obama was involved, and like, hey, what should we ask for? If we're gonna stay here in the face of all of this, what should we ask for? Like, what can we do to help, continue to help change?
Yeah.
And, you know, again, that more than an athlete, into more than to a vote, more than a vote,
Yeah.
into, you know, the polling places and
Yep.
all, like, so it's something positive did come from a negative situation. But you guys were trying to plan in 36 hours, 48
and
hours.
figure out how we're going to get back on the floor, too. So it was like, you want to see all this change, but I felt like those conversations and that change needed to happen before we step back on the floor.
Yeah.
You know, and we had, I don't know if you guys heard, but we had a conversation where a lot of the 2 or 3 out of, the guys from each respective team, the coaches, and we had a huge Zoom call with the owners, all 30 owners.
Yeah.
And, to talk about some of the changes or some of the things that we can do to help create change while we are still playing the game. Because a lot of people was saying like, okay, well, once you guys get to playing basketball, then you guys are going to forget about us. And I didn't want that to happen. I didn't want that. Well, the narrative is going to happen. People are going to say you're going to do this, but I actually wanted to see real change. And a lot of the things that we talked about is some of the things that I mentioned earlier was the voter suppression and having places to have polling sites, like you just mentioned. Right. We got 30 NBA franchises with arenas. Yeah. We needed to have, if not all 30, as close to 30 as possible where people can go and vote. Mm-hmm. Because we've seen what happened in Georgia. We've seen what happened right outside Atlanta where people couldn't go vote. They were telling them that they shouldn't, they need to go somewhere else, and people waiting 3 and 4 hours standing in line to vote. And we knew how important the November election was. We also seen the things that was happening in the community with police brutality, and we wanted to be able to put in an initiative or something that can hold our police people accountable, just like everybody else. It's not just the police, though. It's everybody. Yeah. Any one of us in this world or in America where we live in, if you do something that harms other people, you're held accountable. Yeah. And we felt like at that point in time, the police were not being held accountable. Yeah. So those are some of the things that we talked about. And then being able to start up just more initiatives to be able to give our communities a safe way to be able to continue to learn. Mm-hmm. Because in the Black community, we always talk about we want to see change, but we never go out and do it. And the reason we never go out and do it because we've been so jaded and been so scared because everyone is saying that our word or what we believe in doesn't matter. So over the course of time, that's why if you had, like my mom, who's 52 years old, this is the first year she ever voted. Wow. First year she ever voted because she never believed that her vote mattered. Yeah. She never believed it. Not only did it matter, she was like, they don't give about us here in our community. Why should I go out and help create change for somebody else when they don't care about us?
Up next on Road Trippin'. What's next for More Than a Vote?
We're trying to figure out ways right now we can continue to implement change in the communities.
So here you are behind one of the biggest power moves and opportunities with More Than a Vote. Did you know at the time that your mother had never voted?
I did not.
No.
There's some things, Allie, that your parents will not tell you.
Like, baby, you doing a good job in all that voting. Baby, you doing such a good job.
There's some things that when you get older, you'll find out about your parents, your mom or your dad, and some of you guys who have siblings that you was like, I did not know that about you. Yeah. Until they tell you, until they're ready to tell you. Mm-hmm. And
so what's the word then for you? One, to see the impact and what it's going to continue to do for years to come with More Than a Vote, and especially factoring that in.
Well, one thing I want people to understand with More Than a Vote, it's not a political stance. Mm-hmm. We did not go out and set out and say, okay, this is who you should vote for. Yeah. We just educated the people, put the people in place in communities to be able to let them know this is your right. Yeah. And we had a lot of people that went through the judicial system and went through, the jail system. And they believe because they have prior convictions and things of that nature that they were not even allowed to vote, which is untrue in a lot of states. Mm-hmm. Snoop Dogg, who's a good friend of mine now, he was one of those guys
that did
not know he had the ability to vote because of prior conviction. And this was his first year voting as well. And we just wanted to engage into our communities, especially some of the big communities, Detroit, Michigan, and Atlanta, Georgia, and Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. A lot of these communities, Miami, Florida, that just hold a lot of power, but the minorities, they don't go out and vote because they don't believe that it matters.
That it matters.
And like I said, we hear the word change. Mm-hmm. Okay, so this is how you create change. So we're going to give you the education behind it. We're going to give the power. We're going to put the people in place to help you understand your power.
Shane, did you vote?
Yeah, I did actually. Mail-in vote, buddy. Thank you, Portland.
Portland.
Shockingly, low-key, this is the first time I voted I thought I was registered, but I was registered in Phoenix, and I had to re-register in Oregon. And it was actually really, really, really easy. I was shocked. And I just mailed it in, and I made sure to follow it and made sure it got tallied correctly. So, I voted.
No, it's funny. It's funny you say that, Channing. Sorry to cut you off, Allie, but a lot of people don't understand how easy it is. They're very intimidating by the word vote. They don't know how it's so easy. You get your pamphlet, and you can literally do your research on the candidates that's in your because it's not just about the president.
Yeah, senator.
Right.
Yeah.
And a lot of it matters within your local.
Because the local people, that's your local judge or your local
city councilman, sheriff.
Yeah, sheriff. They're the ones who are creating the change or not the change that you will like. Yeah. So being able to vote on that right person, man or female, is very important too. So being able to do your research on that.
And you can also register to vote in a state that you live in, even though you don't have a license there. I still have an Ohio license, and I still could register in California, which I had no idea. I thought it was going to be this awful process, and it was easy, efficient, able to get done.
So you're saying you didn't vote? And I'm joking. I'm just
Basically,
saying didn't vote
between the lines.
Yeah.
Before we move on from this, because I think it's very important, what's next for More Than a Vote? It's not going to go away.
No, we're never about a one-off. We're trying to figure out ways right now we can continue to implement change in communities, not only in my home community of Akron, Ohio, but communities all over America, and hopefully create change in the world as well. So we're looking for opportunities. There's a huge Senate race that's going on in Georgia coming up in January. We're tackling that. Stacey Abrams, who's down there, is a monster. Shout out, Stacey, you're unbelievable. And everyone in the city of Atlanta, you guys have done so much great stuff, and also in Georgia as a state. So we're going to get behind that and hopefully continue to create change.
Of course, we commend you for that, because that is not an easy responsibility on top of all the expectations and responsibilities you have, to be a basketball player.
Yeah,
so before we move on from all the bubble, you have celebrated 2 championships in Miami when you guys won at home. You celebrated your 3rd championship on the road, and everyone heard about the detour to Vegas, heaven forbid. And then
look at me like that. I looked up and you like this.
We'll leave it right there. And your 4th championship was in a bubble. What was the celebration like?
I feel bad for my teammates, my first time championship teammates. I feel bad for AD, Caruso, Markeith, Dwight,
and most importantly, Jared Dudley.
Jared Dudley, my guy Duds.
My guy
Duds. Talon and Rooks, Kostas and Devontae. Hopefully I'm not missing anyone. I feel Kuz.
Yeah.
Your whole team other than you and Rondo.
No, me, Rondo, JaVale, Quinn Cook, Danny. What are you talking? We got champions, man.
I forgot about
that. I feel bad for them. Because they don't know.
It was bad. I was there.
They don't understand the power of a championship celebration. From the partying, to the parade, and then back to the partying.
Yeah.
We have not been able to do that. And it burns me, because as a champion, you should feel that. You get the locker room celebration.
Which I still feel like you guys lived it up.
Which is amazing. The locker room celebration is amazing, but it goes like this.
Yeah.
All right? It goes like this. So okay, as fast as that goes, you say, okay, we're going to have the parade. We know that. We're going to have an unbelievable time at the parade with the fans, celebrate with the community and the fans, things of that nature. And then we're going to have our celebration where we go out and have fun and party and things. It was just like 2020. It's just effed up.
But so everybody, so again, there's always the conversation, and this is one thing I will say. People were like, oh, was it a real championship? Is it this? Is it that? And I was like, yo, I was in there. I saw how hard it was to rev yourself up, to amp yourself up. No home court advantage.
None.
No home court advantage at all.
None.
And so it's like, when you don't have that home court advantage and you're sluggish, you're tired, and it's like, but we're going home.
Yeah.
Our fans are going to be ready.
Right.
They're going to be loud because we're down 3-2 or whatever it is. There was none of that. This was harder than a normal championship, in my opinion.
Just imagine in 16, RJ. we're down 3-1.
Which one do you, there's nothing in here.
Open.
If we're down 3-1 and 16,
Yeah.
and we're not going back to Cleveland,
And we're just playing
for
another
game 5,
empty
and we're just
arena?
playing another game in the bubble, Golden State may beat us by 100.
Yeah, the greatest game I've ever been a part of is Game 6 in Cleveland. Because it was like the minute we stepped on the floor, we knew that there was no chance we were going to lose that game.
Right.
Right. Like now,
No
we
way.
didn't know what was going to happen in Game 7.
Yeah, 3-2. It was 3-2. It was 3-2 in Cleveland.
Oh God!
And-
Somebody help
and
Richie.
we-
Somebody
Channing's still
help
having
Richie.
PTSD.
Yeah, he
Jesus
is. He
Christ.
said, please don't
please
take
don't
me
talk
back
about
to
it.
this. Please don't talk about it.
Yeah.
No, he's complaining because he doesn't think Richard can open a wine bottle.
Oh, I'm not. Yeah.
Oh God!
I mean,
poor Bob.
Oh, look.
Come on now.
You don't have to have your own wine to be able to open a wine bottle. I
You hear
mean,
that, Channing?
Oh,
You
Yeah,
hear
but
that,
Richard
Channing?
doesn't even drink wine.
speaking of,
I
should we
drink it
just
socially.
He drinks it social, and it's a nice Whispering Angel rosé too.
Yeah,
it's nice.
I drink it
Well, at this
socially.
point, Whispering
remember that
Angel,
time in
what's up?
Cleveland when you
Whispering
went to
Angel,
Cleveland?
what?
Whispering Angel. Whispering Angel should be like, "What's up?" Just give us some.
Well, I think it's a very strong possibility they will after this.
Ooh.
You think?
Yeah, I believe
Thank you.
so.
Hey, what's up?
Up next on Road Trippin'.
I moved to Cabo in the off season for a couple weeks out of the year. I was drinking tequila heavy, eating tacos.
All right,
What's that old crusty bottle you got next to you?
yeah, wrong one.
Oh, that's
This
the
one.
crusty
Wrong
bottle
side,
next
wrong
to
side.
it.
If you
Camera
watch,
3.
if you watch your videos, my favorite part is
Ooh.
legacy, life, and Lobos.
Ooh, no,
Lobos.
Legacy,
other way.
life,
Other way.
Lobos.
Lobos.
You know,
But this is my thing.
We're
How
all
did you have that?
We
how
are a
did you have
pack.
that
We are a
scripted?
pack, man.
Yeah, but my thing is this is like, man, like obviously
wanna
I
see the
know you
front?
are fluent. You are fluent in several different alcohols, but man, I'm gonna get on board with the tequila, but I had to go eat some. I was like, man, if I'm gonna be sipping on tequila this morning,
No, see, so I brought it because
Yeah.
I wanted you guys to try it at
Damn
some
right.
point while
Can't
we're here, and also be able to get, just let it sit there. It's a
Little-
beautiful.
How
And then
did you
see
get it
this.
scripted?
Huh?
How
Just,
did you get scripted like that?
2020 NBA champions.
you know a guy.
I know someone. I know someone who knows someone.
Why did you decide to partner? Like obviously, like
Right.
you're one of those individuals that everyone knows. Goes without saying that you get offered and asked, and so many
Yeah.
opportunities come across your table, your plate, whatever it is. Like, why did you decide to partner up with a tequila?
It's literally like when I get asked about something to be able to partner or to invest or to be a part of the movement,
Yeah,
it's where I'm at in my life.
yeah.
And literally tequila, it was a point in my life. So was it 2 summers ago or last summer? I started to drink tequila like heavily. All I was drinking was wine and tequila. I put down like the hard liquor that I was doing in my 20s.
Yeah.
In your 20s, you're trying to figure out.
figure it out
You're
what you
trying to
like.
figure out. Okay,
Yeah.
what do I like? I don't like that. Okay, I'm gonna go with this. Whatever. I realized in my 30s that wine and tequila is like, I'm good with that.
Yeah.
And so I was really starting to drink tequila. And 3.5 years ago, I bought a place in Cabo, a nice vacation place. Partnered with a couple guys, and we got a house in Cabo. And if you know any better, in Cabo, tequila
tequila's
is king.
Yeah.
It's king. So I will go to the bar. We have like a little
have a
beach house. We have like a beach house bar
Yeah.
at our property, and they have 100 different tequilas. From blancos to reposados to
Cabo Wabo.
anejos,
Casamigos.
extra anejos to mezcals. You got Casamigos,
Mezcal's
you
my
got
joint.
Casa Dragones, you got.
Y'all make a mezcal?
We do make a mezcal.
That's what I need the mezcal.
We do
the
make a
smoky
mezcal.
That's because he's a
We got
whiskey guy.
We got four.
Yes.
You like a smoky.
Yeah,
we got
like the
four.
smoky.
We got 4 kinds. We got a Joven, which is the equivalent of Blanco, which means young.
Yeah.
We got a Reposado. This is the extra anejo, and then we have a mezcal. So I'll make sure.
Yeah, they have the
I'll make
mezcal.
sure you get
I
the bottle of
needs
mezcal.
that.
So that's where it's at. I moved to Cabo in the off season for a couple weeks out of the year. I was drinking tequila heavy, eating tacos.
Why does she find this funny?
And now I have a tequila
Because
company.
I just feel like he really always humbles us because Channing just goes up north in Oregon, as you mentioned at the start of this.
Channing's
and
like, I'm
Braun's
not
like,
gonna
I'm just
drive
buying
4
property in
hours.
Cabo for a couple weeks.
Well, literally,
Look.
I'm just giving you guys I always
Channing-
tell you guys the truth.
Yeah, but Channing's driving up north to go to more wine to get more Oregon wines. The Oregon Pinots are amazing this time of year.
And them things was slapping. I'm gonna tell you that. You tripping?
They say they slapping.
Look, Walla Walla, Washington. There's some great Pinots in California. I just haven't had a chance to go down there and take trips. But listen, we got things on the move.
So
but,
why he haven't had a chance to come down to California? I mean, it's so far, huh?
I haven't been on a plane since March. Listen, we have legit just been driving everywhere. It's just, I got 4 kids, I got people that help out with my kids at home. So I'm like, I'm kind of in the middle. I'm not like
doing
on the front
anything.
lines of this.
You're not, I'm not doing anything at home. I got people that help with the kids.
I'm literally just.
So basically, you told us you have the ability
home.
to get away. You just have not taken advantage of it. That's basically what you said. I have help at home, and I'm stuck here.
Do you have a barber at home?
Nah, man, listen, look.
I know, it's bad when somebody goes backwards. When somebody goes backwards, it's bad.
For sure.
Richard.
You got to be like mid-40s to start going backwards against the grain.
First of all, Richard got hair jelly right now. Look at these curls. You're so jelly.
I don't.
Richard, if you had an opportunity to grow these locks, these luscious
I did see
curls?
the beautiful, university. Was it Arizona?
Damn right.
Oh my
Bear
God.
down.
They posted, some throwback highlights of my guy RJ, and he had a beautiful grain of
nice
hair.
lineup.
He
Nice
had a beautiful
lineup.
grain of hair.
Yeah, I was blocking shots.
Blocking shots.
That was 1997.
Hitting the side of his head on the phone.
Oh yeah.
Windmilling.
Yeah, I was like, ooh. I show it to my kids now. They be like, they know. I was like, because it was on Twitter. And so I'm like, Daddy, can we watch the video of you dunking? Because there's like, Daddy, is this in the olden days? I'm like, yes, son, this is standard definition. So I'll sit there, they're like, Daddy, can I watch this? And I was like, all right, son, we can watch the 2-minute video of me dancing. I was like, yeah, don't forget.
They didn't post one of Channing though.
No, they don't have highlights of like hard board slaps and layups.
You had booms?
First of all, I had booms in college.
Please explain.
But dunks. I was getting dunks. I was a true center in college. And then they had me my rookie year, had to guard Shaq in Miami. I said, this ain't it. I said, this ain't me. I said, this ain't me.
So you stopped being true?
Yeah, no more true to
Listen,
it. I'm going to be a false sitter now.
I'm going to be a real false
Shaq
sitter.
turned you into a false center.
There was no guarded centers at all. Because back in the day, like my rookie year, there was like Shaq, Yao. There was
Dikembe,
like strong dudes like
Tim
Boozer,
Duncan.
Dikembe,
Right.
Tim Duncan. Strong ass dudes like Jahidi White and
Is that real?
Jahidi White was
Jahidi
like a
White
I thought he just made
was
that
an
up.
animal.
You
He
had
was
them
an
goons
animal.
in
He was big,
Seattle.
dude.
Yeah, remember the 2 goons in Seattle?
Yeah, for sure.
Right? All them dudes. I said, you know
Danny
what? This
Fortson.
ain't me.
Fortson.
Yes.
knocking people out.
Oh man, yeah, for sure.
He
Yeah.
fouled me so hard one time that I said, you know what? I don't know if I love basketball this much. I'm not ready to die.
You made a hell
Ready
of
to
a
die for
living
this.
on the 3-point line as a 7-footer.
Look, thank you. And listen, look,
He should
Allie,
thank
I appreciate
those guys
that.
because he's ranked like right there. Don't you got like? Where are you ranked like as the most threes for a 7-footer, Channing?
Like 1 or 2, maybe.
I love it.
Yeah, then he's
That's true.
like
1 or 2.
Depending on
Usually when someone says, then you get to like maybe like 5, maybe. He said, 1 or 2.
But those guys
Give
are
or
coming.
take.
Like Porzingis is going to, keep knocking down threes if he can stay healthy.
You got to stay healthy. Listen, look, them niggas a little wibbly wobbly. I mean,
Up next on Road Trippin'. Can you all repeat?
We can. I mean, it's that simple. I mean, we absolutely can.
Here on the Sports Gap, we love to report on the people that are reporting on sports.
Jimmy Butler is clubhouse cancer.
If that's what y'all worried about, good luck to y'all.
Edutainment. This is the world's finest sports and entertainment. I want to talk about athlete voices.
Spineless cowards like Lebron James.
Nonviolence is what it's all about.
This is known as the jock tax.
You too can have a successful career in the NBA.
Man, I'm in the NFL.
It's all good, man.
I'm your host, Richard Jefferson, and this is the Sports Gap. But it's like,
Season's
damn.
coming up.
Yes.
You've touched a basketball twice.
Yeah, season's coming
Make
up.
the transition.
Season's coming
How are we
up.
going to get through this with COVID, dog?
Hang on. There's there's
What did I
that.
miss?
But there's also like the team that is not here any longer. You have your guys that like just recently in the last like
Yeah,
week.
so,
You didn't even get a summer to rage with them.
I know, right. So I got to give a shout out to Danny Green,
Yeah.
Rajon Rondo, Dwight Howard,
JaVale.
JaVale McGee, Quinn Cook.
Kuzma.
Shut up.
Edit.
Kuz, I'm kidding.
Shut up.
I'm kidding, dog. Come on.
Kuz just put out an ad yesterday too.
He
about,
did.
Yeah, he put out a good ad. It proved him, yeah, you know.
Kuz.
You can't say that.
Tweeted.
Kuz is sick of it.
Yeah,
Kuz is sick of it.
Laker fans give out Kuz give out PSP and they singing and apologizing.
Right.
Kuz, that was
Right.
funny. A lot of respect on that.
Yeah, so, Dwight
I
Howard,
love it.
JaVale McGee, Rajon Rondo, Danny Green, Quinn Cook. Obviously, we don't win the championship, and RJ know what being a part of a championship ball club, no matter if you play 0 minutes or you're 30, 40 minutes. That all ties into one because we all challenge each other every day, and there's times where the vets don't want to practice, where those guys who haven't played, they have to practice to keep it going. I wish Rajon well in Atlanta, Dwight and Danny in Philly, JaVale back in Cleveland.
Yeah, dope.
And Quinn, I mean, he's a pro. He's gonna find an
definitely
operator.
gonna get a
He's
spot.
definitely gonna get a look. Hopefully back with us. We still have 2 roster spots. Hopefully we may bring them back. So, so kudos to those guys. Much respect. Love those guys. When you win a championship with a group, it goes on forever. You could talk about it for the rest of your life. And then I move on.
To dealing
Unfortunately,
with
but
COVID.
fortunately,
Yeah.
to my new teammates. And I'm happy as hell to have Big Mark Gasol, who Laker Nation, first of all, know that he was traded on draft day for his older brother.
Yeah, he's
think
supposed to be a Laker.
Do you think
he's supposed to
Pal's
be a
coming
Laker.
out? Do you think Pal's coming back?
We see. We see. Maybe, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see. We
Can
have
Pal
Mark,
still
who
play?
was traded on draft day.
Because Marcus is going to be in year 20 now, right? Because I played 17.
13.
What? Not Mark. I mean Powell.
I was about to say.
Me and
Yeah.
Powell were same draft class.
Yeah,
That's
Powell
all
was
I
what, 01? 01
Yeah,
with
we
you?
were the
Yeah,
same
01.
class.
So
Yeah,
that
he
would
was
be
third.
19, 20?
Yeah, so he's got to be
He
20.
just posted that video the other day on Instagram.
I didn't
Working
see
out
it.
in the gym.
Okay.
Some shots.
So, happy to have Mark, another champion.
Yeah.
Won with the Raptors 2 years ago, who I've always loved.
Yeah.
Mark has my Defensive Player of the Year trophy at his house. But
Yo,
but that's no here nor there.
No, that's not a knock on Mark, but this is the thing, because sometimes we
I
don't
love
pay
you,
attention.
Mark. I can't
we
wait
don't pay
I can't wait to talk about this.
We don't pay attention to stuff, but like when you brought that up, like you brought it up or somebody brought it up, and I was like, what are you talking about, Defensive Player of the Year? And then I saw that like Marc Gasol didn't receive like any first place vote.
No, he was second.
First team
Yeah,
votes.
yeah.
He only received every third team vote, but then that had vaulted him with enough points accumulated to be the. I was like.
Yeah.
I was confused. Not that, because this was weird. It's not that Memphis wasn't a great defensive team.
They was a monster.
They were a monster, but it was like Tony Allen, Zach, him, like Conley. They were loaded, but it was like he got all the credit, and so like I didn't know. And I'm glad you brought that up. But continue.
But I'm extremely excited to have Mark. Nevertheless, Wesley Matthews, who I've loved to compete
Great
against,
guy.
and his father is a former Laker as well.
Oh, that's dope.
So we got 2 guys.
Trez.
We got 2 guys who have family Laker ties.
Yeah.
And then we get Trez.
How Trez it?
Now we got Trez.
How Trez ended up here with the Lakers?
We knocked
So basically,
was the
Braun
next
isn't playing till February.
First of all, Trez was the next door neighbor. We knocked on his
door.
door and said, do you like
Yeah, he
what's
said he
going
felt
on
like the
right here?
Clippers didn't like what was going on. How did Trez
We knocked
end
on
up
his
with the
door
Lakers?
and we landed Trez. I mean,
That was honestly like the moment of free agency where everyone was like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, including some of his teammates. That they actually put that on social media. It's not like I'm making it up. They said, what? We got Trez, who 6th Man of the Year award winner, who's going to help our bench, which we struggle with this past year with our bench, and keeping that up. And then
You've got the runner-up.
And then we got the runner-up 6th Man of the Year award, and Dennis Schroeder. So
that was a pickup.
Who I call his nickname. I don't know if you like it or not. We have not had the conversation, but he's Dennis the Menace.
Dennis the Menace.
Because I love what he brings to the game.
Great movie.
His tenacity. He's a dog.
You gotta let him go.
He gets under the skin. He's a Richard Jefferson, Draymond Green type guy, where if he's your teammate, you love the out of him. If he's not, you can't stand him.
That's just not funny, Sonia.
Hey, by the way, and Sonia, she understands exactly what I'm saying. If he's your friend, you love him. If not, you're like, oh my God, get this jerk away from me. I love Dennis Schroeder and what they're going to bring to our team. And
can you all repeat?
We can. I mean, it's that simple. I mean, we absolutely can. Like RJ said with the Nets, first of all, it all starts with health.
Yeah.
You have to have some luck. And you have to have health. If we can stay healthy. But we did get younger. We grabbed the 27-year-old point guard. We got the 27-year-old 6th Man of the Year award in Trez. we got
IQ
younger.
with Mark.
You know, we got Mark, who's a defensive player of the year, and his IQ not only playing against him in the NBA, but also playing against him versus Spain national team.
5.
You told us we had 90 minutes. We've gone 210.
Yeah, but I mean, what you
But
got?
we had a potty break.
We got the bubble. We got this upcoming season.
Upcoming season. How are we going to be able to do this? And I don't mean this in a negative sense.
I want to
So
talk
we got 4 Christmas games. We can see that it's progressively getting worse.
Game 1 in 13 days.
What? Is it really?
In 13 days, and LeBron James has touched a basketball twice.
Yeah,
I think he's going to be okay.
It's going to be 3 times that I touch this green one right here. I'm going to touch that one. Preseason, I'm not quite worried about. I am rounding 36.
James Worthy is going to be really mad if he comes into this studio and has to talk about basketball without you.
Listen, big game, James. I love you. Hopefully see you in the studio. We're going to have a stogie together. We still need to have a championship stogie together for sure. Toast to this tequila. That's nor here nor there. We say that for the side. But don't worry about me in the preseason. Nah, it's not.
I'm not worried about you in basketball. I want to know, as an individual that pays attention to this stuff, like, how is it? Like, we watch now. It's like you see all these college football games getting canceled, postponed, and college basketball is like, we're ready to start. It's like, no, you're not. No one's starting.
College basketball has done what they needed to do. They just went, literally, they would send teams to an area for 10 days, and they'd get 3 straight games in.
Yeah.
So that they could, like, limit the travel time.
That's actually
they're
smart.
doing
It
what
is smart.
they can.
It is smart, and it's very smart. So I'm very intrigued on seeing what's the protocol is going to be. There's been discussions, there's been talks. They wanted to make sure that we can get the season going. Obviously for a lot of different reasons.
Money.
The biggest reason. But the safety of our players and the safety of our owners and the safety of our GMs and the safety of our coaches and training staff and things. That's more important than anything. It's 111. I always catch that. 11-11 and 111. It's tattooed on my hand.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's weird.
Weirdo.
But
You still have the stop sign?
Yeah, I still got the stop sign.
yeah, yes.
I'm still not stopping to drink. So
But I'm very intrigued on seeing how they deal with this, because we all know that COVID is still very active.
It's actually,
and they actually told us that in the winter it's going to be more active than any time, and that's what we're in right now.
Yeah.
You know, either if you're seeing snow or not, this is the winter time, and it's picking up steam. So. I just want to see. I want to see how we tackle this.
Well, the schedule is supposed to come out. And you see the NBA, they
But
know.
it comes out in part.
Yeah, they say it's coming out in part 1, part 2 stuff, and they were saying like teams are going to come and they're going to play like but like the California teams.
Right.
They're going to play the LA teams, or you're going to go to Texas and you're going to play all 3 teams.
Or you go to
in
the East
Texas.
Coast and you play Brooklyn,
Your division,
Philly.
you're going to see your division a lot. It is not an easy one now.
Yeah, our division is tough. Now, CP is now in our division.
Yeah.
Yes.
Phoenix is going to be.
There they are. My guy James Jones has done a hell of a job over there.
Shout out, champ.
Shout out, champ.
Our champ.
Shout out, champ. He's done a hell of a job, and not only acquiring CP3, but he is building that team. He's got some really, really good things going on over there to add to the all-star, future superstar in Devin Booker.
Yeah.
So our division is going to be loaded.